Top flow balls.
True that, you making noise.
I'm talking about from the bottom to the top. Living proof, nigga. We can give a fuck how you rockin'. You already know how we coming, how we came. Going cold, back to back, switching lanes. This life love. Stop my boy. 100 men by the bison, man. I'm here, now I ain't no bison. I'm a prison in the building, ain't no stopping me.
Holy moly.
Oh,
Whoa! Hey, this song is so fucking good, bro. I've never heard it. Is this new?
Don't think so. That's one thing I'm bad at, is when like shit was released. Aside from like OG shit, W Danny, Vinny knows ball. Vinny knows a lot of ball.
What up? Come on, chat. Let's see the shit move. Let's see the shit move.
We ran away like a snake. Never look just like an egg. We crack a head like an egg. We crack a head like a can. Now he gone to sad. Truly one more said. In his head with the spice up in the motherfucking fridge.
Come on, Obi. Come on.
Wow. Welcome to Ramble Saturday. Woohoo! Come on, chat. Turn up, chat. Turn up, chat. Oh. Come on, DC. Come on, DC. Let's go. Let's go, man. Hey, Royal. Maybe our best intro song to date.
It still isn't downloading right, but it's such a fire song.
We got Royal post Chewy Barber. We got TC looking dapper in the Ramble hoodie, and we got Steak, a fucking staple of the Ramble come up. What's going on, boys? How we doing?
Steak, I like the hat, man. I like the hat. They stole my money yesterday. That was the best I've seen the Magic look in quite some time.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Now we get to get really excited to get our ass whooped by Detroit, but I'll take that today.
Yeah.
Take your wins where you can find them, bro.
Hey, Paolo showed up. That's what we wanted to see.
It's true.
That's what we wanted to see.
That intro reminded me, Steak, you were on the stream. You remember the one stream we like had a walkout for everybody?
Yes.
What stream was that for? Why did we do that?
I think that was you seen college basketball. I think
it was football. Right?
Oh, was it?
Oh, because I know JR was there.
JR was there, yeah. So it was probably basketball. But I remember that stream. I thought it was.
Might have been the first basketball stream.
That's kind of what I was saying.
But thanks for joining, boys. We got NBA playoffs to talk about, guys. If you're in chat right now, slide over to the Twitch. If you're on Twitter, if you're on YouTube, that's chill. But hop over on the Twitter or the YouTube over here and really help us out. So I'm going to delete the Twitter broadcast in a little bit here. We got subs from, looks like, Danny, Double Down Danny, Nixon 5. Gotta love that. We got a lot of Knicks viewers, it seems like. We got T-Bone Steak with a sub, my guys, and we got Ian with a sub. Appreciate all y'all's support. Appreciate that, man. And that was Rooms by YB Mike and Chief Keef. Shout out Royal for anyone wanting to know that song name. Cool. Royal pre-post and mid-mogging session as usual, man. As usual. But it's been good. It's been good. We've been we took a little break from streams. And kind of the feed for some of us. Once the weather starts getting nice, it's going to be, harder to start streaming more and more. Shout out Steak. I mean, I know you're feeling that too with these. It's really easy to stream during college basketball, right? Because it's shitty outside and everybody's online. And then, summer comes around and it's a little bit different. So we
Start
appreciate you
touching
guys.
grass.
Yeah, we start touching grass, but you guys still show up. So we really appreciate that. It goes a long way. TC, what'd you get into last night before we get into ball? Tell us a little night of TC.
You know what? Yesterday was kind of boring. My girlfriend had to watch her dog, so I got 25 wings, put the Hornets and the Magic on the TV. I lost about $100 and had an enjoyable night.
You know who else did that except losing the $100? Chewy.
All right, man. All right.
You probably lost five.
Enjoy the rest of your stream, man.
Steak, you know how we were saying JR is turning into DGen? I think TC might be turning into Chewy.
All right.
Come on.
Seriously, TC, you take down 25 wings yourself?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's actually
All right,
impressive.
well,
I'd like to watch.
I thought you were splitting those.
No. She got 10. I got 25.
Bone-in?
There's this new place. Bone-in. I'm a bone-in guy. All right. There's this new place that opened up called Saucy Wings. They had a Nashville hot honey, and then I had 12 of those, and then just medium. That was it, man. Ranch on the side. Got myself some waffle fries. Pretty.
At least
flats over drums.
If you were getting paid to do it, how many wings could you eat in one sitting?
Maybe 40.
Oof, that's impressive, man.
If you give me 40 flats, I think I could do it. Like, because you know the umbrella method where you push down on the wing, you just rip it off. Yeah, I think I could do 40 of those.
That's DGen's method, dude.
I was gonna say that.
I mean, I don't know. My dad taught me that when I was like 10. I couldn't get all the meat out of the wings. So.
It's tough for DGen to claim that. That's kind of like a universal thing.
I'm not even joking, and I literally thought DGen invented that way of eating wing. He's the only guy. It reminds, honestly, no offense to your dad, but it's insane to watch.
It is.
Yeah. Umbrella. Oh my god.
I've never heard it called the umbrella method. Though.
Me either.
I'll say that.
All right, maybe I don't know if that's what I was taught. Because think about it, when you push the meat down, it kind of looks like an umbrella.
Right, a little meat umbrella. Right, you hold it over your head like Mary Poppins and levitate. I didn't watch this at all. But
no, Sandy is Sandy. I was talking to Sandy this morning. Sandy just takes a hit with sushi. It's a good look. It's a hit. Xander, Cam Young. The problem is the market caught up. One of the things that I preach with golf wagering is that, like, if the scoring average for the tournament is minus 1.6, you can't get me to place a prop where the guy has to shoot -4. It's just not the way that I want to go about it. Market's caught up now. Lines were 69.5 on Thursday. Now they're 67.5. I can't do it. But best of luck if you do.
Love Sandy, man. Frosty's that guy. Sandy, appreciate the subs, man. That's W. 5 subs from Sandy early. Appreciate that, man.
Sandy. Shout out Sandy.
Thank you so much. Sandy gifts the subs and says Royal looks hot. I take back everything I said, Sandy.
Sandy, pair those golf bets with Jordan Love MVP. That's a winner. It's a winner.
You see Jay Clyde, fellas, I'm 3-0 on bets since putting on the Rambo hoodie. Coincidence? I think not. You better not wash that sucker either, dude. That's awesome. Let me post the
guide and stuff. Love it.
Let me post the link in chat real quick before we get started. So if anyone wants to take a look at the hoodies, y'all can. All right. It's these ones. Oh, that is not the link.
That'll get you hacked.
Do not click that. All right, there it is. You can go tap in on that. All right. Let's talk about I think the way we're going to do this is talk about the playoffs as a whole, obviously, but kind of go through each game today. First, we can talk about the teams outside of just this particular game, but obviously we'll dissect the game, props, total, big picture, and then go into some of the other matchups potentially as well. So let's do that. I think Steak is a good person to kick us off because I feel like you don't love the Cavs, you don't hate the Cavs, but they're kind of like your long lost child. You know, you went across the country and you fornicated with some foreign woman. 8 years later, you have little Puerto Rican Steak, right? And little Puerto Rican Steak is the Cavaliers.
Yeah, we got For anyone who knows, we got a Con Knipple in the building, so let's be careful. Dude, I actually do kind of hate the Cavs. I got to be honest. I already hated them because I was heavily invested into them last year when they got absolutely bitched out by the Pacers. I think they were like minus 600 to win that series against Indiana. It might have been higher. Horrible performance. And then they went and traded for James Harden, who I just don't fuck with. And I would never think in my head. I understand Darius Garland had to go. That relationship went sour. But I never would have thought to myself that a team said, yeah, James Harden will put us over the hump, because he's put so many teams over the hump before and has so many championship runs under his belt that this is the guy we need. And then after that happened, everyone kind of bought in, which I thought was crazy. Like, so many people are bought into the Cleveland Cavs this year. They have better odds to win the East than the 1-seed Pistons. No one thinks the Raptors have a chance. And I'm not sold on the Cavs. So, like, as a whole, I'm taking Raptors plus 2.5 games in this series for sure.
Do you like them in this particular game, or is this, where do you see this script being? Yes, you do.
I like them to be competitive in this game. I'm not going to go as far as to say that I really think they can win, but I absolutely like them plus the 8.5 points. Yes.
TC Royal, what are your thoughts on this game and the Cavs in general?
Royal, you can go. I got to try to find a stat about the Raptors.
Yeah, you're good. I will say everything I'm doing here is first glance. It's kind of how I wanted it. No research, anything. But, I mean, the Cavs, it's the same shit every year. Like, they never perform in the playoffs. They have the same team for the most part. I mean, sure, they're bench and they have Harden now, but what has Harden ever done in the playoffs? I mean, Mitchell's never won in the playoffs either. They got smoked by the Knicks, smoked by the Pacers, like Steak mentioned. And I just don't really see anything that's changing. But problem is, I don't know how much I trust the Raptors here to win the series at least. I don't mind the 2.5. I could see them keeping it close because they do have a solid team, but I feel like they need another year. They got a lot of guys that were kind of like banded together. And also, I don't know how much I trust Brandon Ingram, but I do like Quickly. I do like Barrett, and who's the other guy they have?
Scotty Barnes.
Ingram.
Barnes, yeah. I mean, I like Ingram. It's just like, is he a winner? That's my question. Like, obviously, he's a hooper. He can ball. He can score, but I need to see him win something because those Pelicans team are atrocious. But I don't know, man. I feel like it's the same thing with the Cavs every year. They look great. They're juiced to the gills, and then they just don't perform.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum of you two guys. One of my futures bets are Cavs to make the Eastern Conference Finals at plus 110. Reason I played it now is just because they're going to be favored in the series over Detroit. I'm not as high on Detroit as, the 1 seed may suggest. They don't take and make enough threes for me, and the NBA is just so 3-point heavy that if you're not making your threes, especially in the playoffs, I don't think that you can go deep. In terms of this series, I don't mind Raptors plus 2.5. I could very easily see like Cavs in 6. The last time that the Raptors played the Cavs was November 24th. The Raptors were 3-0 against the Cavs this season, but against teams like the Celtics, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Spurs, the Nuggets, I mean, they don't have wins against any of those teams. It's just hard for me to think that the Raptors, who haven't really beaten good teams all year, is just going to magically beat a good team. Because I do think the Cavs are good. I don't think they're great. I think they will lose to the Celtics or the Knicks, whoever advances out of that bottom region. But I do think that they take care of the Raptors. And if you want to look for like the contrarian angle, I guess, it would definitely be Raptors plus 2.5 in my mind. Because I was talking to some friends last night. They were like, I'm going to take the Cavs to sweep just because nobody believes in the Raptors, right? This is definitely an undervalued 5 seed.
Both of you guys make good points. I don't necessarily believe in the Raptors. I think the best thing out of everyone, what was said, was I think that they're a year away with Royal, with what he said. I totally agree with that. I think they're somewhat on the same playing field as Charlotte, maybe a year or two behind them in terms of their trajectory. I will say, though, I mean, the Raptors, since that, I mean, me being a Sixers fan, it feels like that championship run and that Kawhi shot was, 2-3 years ago. To say it happened back in 2018 is kind of crazy, that there's been 8-9 seasons of NBA basketball since that moment. That being said, I mean, the Raptors really haven't been anything to talk about in the playoffs since that season, really. Especially the last 2 years, they haven't even made the playoffs. I know they made the play-in the year before that, but they lost. I think I want to say the Bulls. But I don't remember. I don't have it up in front of me right now. I was looking at it last night. But this is a big game for Toronto, and I feel like the spot to back Toronto might be a game in Toronto, not necessarily a game in Cleveland, where it's hard to really gauge the Cavaliers for me in terms of public perception, right? Because they lose Garland, but I don't think Garland is this guy where, you know, he gets subtracted from the team and people are like, wow, you lost Garland. I think he's kind of even more so of a second fiddle than you can really be. And he was essentially the second fiddle of that team, or at least they tried to mold it around him and Mitchell, right? That I think that experiment didn't work out. It was a lot quicker of an experiment than I expected from Cleveland, but honestly, the right move. I think if we look back, you know, a season or two from now, it's really tough for me. This game in particular, I'm going to be probably staying away from, but I'm going to be looking to back the Raptors if they go down 2-0 in Cleveland and then go back to Toronto. That's the spot I really want to back them. T-Bone saying Garland was never really healthy. I mean, yeah that's tough. Like, I don't think guards get the same benefit of the doubt that a big man might get in terms of injuries. But who knows? Who knows? At least that's what I've seen. Am I incorrect in saying that?
Well, you gotta think like 7-footers and guys that like they're just more injury prone. It's just how like the nature of, I don't know, health works, if you want to call it that. Like,
right.
They're way more injury prone. So yeah, I agree. Like, you're kind of expected that on most of your bigs. But one thing I forgot when I used to look at props, I always remember Toronto was the best catch and shoot defense, meaning they limit all like threes. That now I don't think that's gonna be a problem for the Cavs given Mitchell and Harden and then just the way their team's built. I always remember I used to take Mobley or Allen versus the Raptors. So that's where I think their edges in this series. I just think they're too big. As good as the Raptors are, if they're going to, you know, shut down the perimeter, Scotty Barnes, like we were hyping him up a little bit, he is not stopping Evan Mobley. No chance. And then you still have Jared Allen to worry about. Like, Jakob Poeltl's good, but again, they're not stopping those two. So I think they're going to absolutely dominate this series. And then I honestly think they brought Harden in because, like you mentioned, Garland he's kind of like a scorer, right? Like when we saw Garland at his best before Mitchell got there. He had a couple, or I know he had one All-Star season. We've seen Harden happily pass the entire game, right? Like he can facilitate with no problem. I kind of think that's the angle they're looking for. Right. Is obviously Spida is the guy, right? He's always the 1A there. I think that was the move for Harden. Then he can also get the bigs open a lot more. So like T-Bone just said, unlock Jared Allen. So I kind of think that was the move there, and I think those two are going to carry them this series. That's where I think the matchup edge is here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a market for Donovan Mitchell to drop 40 in a game, and I don't know. Chat
in the series, you're saying?
It won like in a game this series to drop 40 points. If anybody knows where I could find a wager like that, please.
DC, you think you'd be better off just betting that every game?
That might be a better point.
I get.
Yeah, good point. I was also looking at Royal. You said that Cavs big should eat. If I think that, do you think it's worth the sprinkle at like 35-1 to bet Evan Mobley to lead the series in points, or is that just too much for him?
Well, I think a sprinkle maybe. Like I said, the problem is like Mitchell's volume is still always absurd, and Harden can always get you, 30 plus if he needs. For sure, 1,000 shit. It might be worth the sprinkle depending on the odds. I'm trying to find the stats now just to see if that's still accurate, but
all right,
that'll be a work in progress.
I think this is the Scotty Barnes series personally. That's actually the reason why I like the Raptors plus 2.5. I think he's been an interesting guy because I don't know what you call him, if you call him a star player, but either way, he hasn't really had his moment or his showcase yet. He is a pretty solid scorer, good rebounder, good enough passer for a power forward. And I think he comes out of this series kind of with a new identity, if that makes sense. If that doesn't happen, I would agree the Raptors are cooked because Royal has a good point. I don't know how they're stopping both the bigs. I think Jared Allen's kind of a bitch. He kind of admits to being a bitch. I'm not too scared of him. He's literally the guy with the famous quote that the lights are too bright when in one playoff series. So fuck that guy kind of. But Evan Mobley should dominate this series. And then Donovan Mitchell really feels like he could dominate any game he wants to. So by backing the Raptors, I'm definitely backing Scotty Barnes looking like a star.
Yeah. I would be all over his rebounds and assists just in terms of like basketball brain if he's coming off I think he's coming off close to a triple-double last game. That's the only reason it's keeping me off it. But I agree.
I would throw that out though. Not to cut you off. It's playoffs, man. He's got to, like Steak said, he's got to perform. And he's kind of been their guy, if you will. They shipped off Siakam, right? They shipped off the third man in that group. Like, whenever they've put their stock in him. So I would throw that out the window and just ride it if you like it.
Bro, too. We bet on Scotty Barnes like early in the year. Like he's an RA.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When it's that type of script, he's an RA god. And I love rebound and assist props. I found that there's just a lot of value. But another line I wanted to ask you guys about, specifically Steak, team total. And we got to mention with the Cavs, they've been great in the first round of playoffs. Maybe they haven't gone as far as their expectations have, been on paper playoffs. But first round, they're phenomenal. We have a team total set for the Raptors being at 104, 105.5. Depends where you look. What do you guys think about that line? I won't even say more than that. Just want to ask you guys straight up. What do you guys think of that line?
Say it again.
105.5 for the Raptors team total.
Just off first glimpse, it feels really low.
Yeah, because the Cavs aren't anything special defensively. Again, I remember them giving up a shit ton of threes.
And you know what's interesting about this game too? I just realized this now. 3 matchups this year, obviously early in the year, all in 2025, October, November. But 3 games, 2 of them being played in Cleveland, all over this number, and Toronto won outright in all 3 of those games as well. Obviously, I haven't looked into the lineups of those games, so it's probably a bit different in terms of the scenarios here. But 112, 126, and 110, 2 of them being in Cleveland. Now their total sitting at 105.5. Got some playoff tax, obviously, in there too. Yeah. It feels low.
You know what? That's a thing to bring up because it fits your point perfectly, TC. Your point was basically Toronto is not the same team against good teams. And if you look at the Raptors' last 5 games, which all mattered, by the way, because the Raptors were fighting for seeding to the very end, they score 136 against the Nets, 128 against the Heat, and 121 against the Heat. But then they played the Celtics and the Knicks. They scored 95 at New York and 101 at Boston, which I feel like sort of fit with what TC was saying.
Yep.
Yeah, I think if you go through their game log, like even dating further back, 94 against the Clippers, 98 against the Suns, 115 in a loss against the Nuggets. They beat the Pistons, but I think this was with the Cade injury. No, Cade was healthy, so that was a good win against the Pistons. They lost to the 99 against the Rockets, 107 against the Wolves, 95 against the Knicks. I actually don't think the Raptors broke 100 points against the Knicks this season.
And if we like the Raptors defense at least a little bit, do we like the Raptors defense in this game, or we just want to single out the Raptors here? Like, would you rather take a full game under is kind of my point.
I think that the time to catch the Cavs would probably be game 1. Unless they come in with the mindset of like, we have to treat this series like the Indiana series from last year. Like we can't get caught like that again. Now I'm not 100% sure what the mentality is. I'm not in the locker room, but if the bigs are going to be such an advantage over Toronto's, right? Because I think it's what's the guy's name? Mamukvelashvili?
I know, yeah. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think if the bigs are going to be a problem and Harden can kind of, feed Mobley and Allen, maybe it would be better to just isolate the Raptors. But at the same time, maybe the Raptors catch the Cavs. But I have to fact check some things. When was the last time anybody on the Raptors played a playoff game?
It has to be
the RJ Barrett Knicks.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Those has to be just the Knicks, former Knicks players. That's it.
Yeah, and that's like teetering on 3 years.
If I'm not mistaken.
What'd you say?
I feel like Ingram might have had one series where the Pelicans
maybe a play-in or something.
Nah, but that doesn't count.
Is quickly even today, Finchy ass?
Yeah, he's dealing with plantar fasciitis.
Are his lines up? It's the best, or RotoWire.
I have him up right now. Hold up.
Yep, his lines are posted, so it looks like he'll play. 11.5 though, so that seems kind of low for him. No?
Yeah, a little bit.
Probably a minute's or so.
What are his threes at? Because I used to bet on his threes. Usually like 2.5, a little plus money.
3 plus 155.
No.
So the odds seem very
like
he's not
going to get there.
I wouldn't mind it, but real quick, Steak, would you say the Raptors were trying in March? Because that's where I have this filter.
Yeah, I do think so, because they were running the risk of being as high as a 5 seed, but as low as the 10 seed for like the final 10 to 15 games of the year. So I don't think there's ever a point until maybe the last game or two that the Raptors were locked into anything.
Okay. So just looking at March again, you have to think that some teams they played were tanking. They have the second best 3-point defense, like limiting attempts.
Mm-hmm.
And then back to the paint conversation. Like, so this is why it's always tough. Like the paint conversation, like they're technically like the 6th best in the paint, like just looking at attempts, but you go to the restricted area, which is legit 5 feet away. They were bottom 6. So it's like they're still allowing a ton of shots down low.
You know, I'm looking back at the last year's playoffs. The Cavs absolutely demolished the Heat. They put up 121 or more in all 4 games, swept them. And then even in that Indiana series, I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell's box scores. I mean, good Lord. I mean, he did everything he could. 33, 48, 43, 35. I mean, you can't blame Mitchell. You can't blame him.
It's tough, though, because he didn't win anything in Utah either. It's like
wild. I didn't realize he had 48 and 43 and 35 in that series. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's an interesting one because he performs, but he doesn't win. I'm not saying like the loss falls on him, but it's like he performs most playoffs, but like he just never gets to that. He never gets there. It's like, I don't know. It's such a double-edged sword with him.
Most lopsided series. Go ahead. Sorry.
I genuinely thought that was the Cavs' year after that series. The Heat. Me and DJen had them to sweep the Heat, and I had them to get to the finals. I think I even had them to win the finals. I was like, dude, they're gonna roll through Indiana. They have fucking Pacers have no chance. The hype was at an all-time high after that series against the Heat.
Wow.
That Pacers team, man. Oh, they have to be the most. If you're a fan of the East, they have to be the most like hateable team ever.
I do feel bad for Halliburton. As of recently, I've been seeing the stuff about how the medication he's been taking has been affecting his body, and obviously that's probably directly affects his mental. So I hope he gets through this. It's tough. I really want to see Halliburton play in the same way he was, in the same form he was playing. That's a good. We don't want to lose that type of player. That's a good player for the NBA. So that's sad, but. Any last thoughts on the Cavs? Any last thoughts on the Raptors? Any props in this game we want to target? Other than, I know we mentioned Scotty RA. I saw someone in chat like that. If IQ doesn't play, hammer Scotty RNA, it says Swizz. It looks like from Quickly's lines that he's not going to be getting a ton of volume, but he will play. So if that makes you like Scotty more, rip that.
Just like TC attacking Mitchell 40 ball, I'll be attacking Scotty Barnes triple-double in the series.
Ooh, what's nice. Let's see what that's at.
I'm trying to find. I had it up on my phone, but as soon as I go to my computer, it like disappears. I'm trying to find prices for Mitchell to like average 30 in the series.
Series averages would be cool. That is a cool market. I'm seeing plus 1,400 for Scotty Barnes. Royal, what's he usually sitting at? Can you pull that up? I know you have you're able to look at like historical prop lines.
Yeah, I can try. Yeah,
I think I do kind of like the idea of Scotty Barnes triple double, just because he's been an RA monster, even like an RA ladder.
1,400, man. That seems. He's only got 3 on the year.
Seems low then,
doesn't it?
Kinda.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Like James Harden, for example, plus 3,400. He's had 2 on the year, but I feel like when you put Scotty Barnes and James Harden like in comparison with each other, like most people would probably choose James Harden. No? Oh my God, I'm okay. Yeah. I need to.
I think Scotty Barnes is
that bad.
I just 6'7" by accident is what happened. My bad. Go ahead.
Scotty Barnes is going to play 40 minutes a game now, like 44 minutes. You would have to assume he plays north of 40 minutes a game if they want to have a chance. So I guess it's kind of like baked in, if anything. But
also, like, is James Harden getting 10 rebounds with Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen down there? I don't think anyone sees that happening.
Right. That might be a stretch.
I actually can't find it. They don't have it on covers.
I know. I was just looking for it too.
Donovan Mitchell to average 30 in round 1 is plus 225. Now, given his recent performances in the playoffs, doesn't it feel a little bit high for him?
Feels extra high when you take what Royal said into account, how much they should really be getting this ball in the paint to the big guys.
Right. Damn.
Well, I guess that was more so for like Harden, I guess. Because I think Mitchell, he just fires. He really just fires.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hope he has a bad game and then maybe take his 40 in the game after.
I gotta shout out Crutch too. 36 months, boys.
Holy
wow,
boy.
W Crutch.
I've never seen a guy
baseball sharp.
And Pega.
Exactly.
Pega.
Nah. Crutch is the best college baseball better I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know how you even handicap that sport, and the dude is just phenomenal.
Now that's a niche. That's what we call a niche. Last thing on this game, Harden assists, 7.5. Seems odd. I know we were talking about Harden assists a little bit earlier, but didn't mention the line. What do we think about that? Then we'll move on. 7.5 plus money to the over. Seems weird.
Does seem weird.
Yeah, it seems low, but the only thing I can think of is again, Mitchell's going to have a lot of usage. Do they have another guard at all? Let me see. I know they had Jerome last year.
No, I mean
Harden hasn't been over since March 30th against Utah.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't play in 2 of the games, but his assists in games that he has played since then 5, 4, 7, 5, 3. And then before that, 14 and 14, then 7, 7, 10. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's fair.
I get involved with Mobley here.
Yeah, I'm surprised, Earl. I'm surprised you weren't doing that from the jump.
I know he's played. I'm looking at Jared Allen. That's why.
All right.
I just want to see. I know he's had a couple 20 versus them. He's at 17.5 or 18. Let me see.
Oh, real quick, I want to see the most popular bets for this game so far. Or how do you see that? Do you just keep scrolling? Oh, here we go. That makes sense.
Yeah. Jesus.
Can't blame anyone for that, right?
Yeah, but look who's not up there.
Scotty. Yeah.
Brandon Ingram is crazy.
That's wow.
What about a Scotty Barnes PRA look?
Yeah, that's
down. Yeah, I like RA. I like just RA more than points props personally, but either or. That's crazy. He's so low on the board.
People said we're going to bet on Max Strus before we bet on Scotty Barnes.
Total to get 10 points seems just like the freest wager on the board.
He's not even scoring, man. I don't know what. I feel like he has an offensive bag, but he's not scoring much this year.
Yeah, right. Scotty Barnes, all right, I'm going to put on the short list. That's what I will do.
Good.
All right. Cool.
So Mobley had 29 in October. I remember that. I was on that. And then I went back to November. He had 7 in 35 minutes. I don't know what went wrong there. And then there's another one. It was also really bad. Where was it? It was less than 10 as well. So I don't know.
We good to
I have
move
to
on
look
to
to see if Allen 8 or something. Yeah, I'm good.
Who wants to kick it off?
Bro, I thought MJ was drinking milk out of the bottle for Dude, I thought that was milk. I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
That'd be so much milk, dude. That'd be so much milk. That'd be an unhealthy amount of milk.
So I would like to ask pulse check on this series because, as I mentioned, I've been so tapped out this year, but I feel like I really like the Nuggets roster. Obviously the Thunder is Thanos, right? Like who's gonna beat the Thunder? Who has the best chance? But I feel like I really like their roster. Like obviously they have Jokic, right? Murray's had his best year of his career. We know what Christian Braun does. I liked when they brought in Cam Johnson. I don't know if he heated up, but I know he was off to a terrible start now. Okay. But I like his role, let's say. And then Aaron Gordon, he's been there before. He's good at what he does with Jokic in the 2-man game. They got Bruce Brown back off the bench. Hardaway's a sniper. Tyus Jones is a good, backup point guard. I'm a big Strawther guy. Valanciunas is good depth. I feel like they have a perfect blend of vets that have been there before. Obviously, MVP Jokic, Murray career year. They have good depth off the bench and experience off the bench. And correct me if I'm wrong. People are really high on this coach because obviously they kicked Mike Malone out for this guy.
I was about to say.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like I like Denver this year. I feel like I'm not hearing a lot of Denver hype unless I'm off there. But I don't know. I just I feel like if I was to pick a team in the West to get to the Western Finals Conference, it'd be Denver.
I'm so with you. Royal, we haven't talked about this at all, but I am so.
No, I told you I wanted first glance because I've been so out of it this year.
I don't think Michael Malone gets enough credit for being such a dog shit coach. I really don't.
Well, he did develop LeBron, if you didn't know.
Well, yeah, developing
LeBron. Saw that graphic.
That's a super.
Please tell me you guys saw that graphic.
Super tough.
Oh my God, I need to.
But Michael Malone, man, I mean, why doesn't he get any flack for being so dog shit? I don't know. He's had a super roster pretty much. I mean, he's not shown in the same light as some of these other coaches who, say they get walked to the playoffs via their roster. I feel like nobody talks about him in that same sense.
Didn't he win a ring?
He did win a ring. He did win a ring. I do not care. I feel like I still do not like him as a coach. And I think that's kind of why people are hesitant on the Nuggets this year. Jokic is, I guess, not in form as like an MVP candidate necessarily, with SGA and the Thunder kind of taking the spotlight in the West. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Royal. I think there's not many competitors when it comes to matching up with the Thunder, and the Nuggets are one of them. Jamal Murray having the best year of his career. I mean, that's being swept under the rug to no end.
And he's a playoff riser too. He balls out in the playoffs.
Yep. I also think that the matchup with Minnesota is super interesting just because Minnesota's, I think, the trendiest underdog of the entire series. Or not the entire series, sorry, of the entire first round. I compare it to, the Lakers and Atlanta. It's hard for me to be convinced that those two teams are going to be more popular than a team ran by, Ant Edwards, a team that was competitive versus Denver only 2 years ago. So I can't get over the fact that this total and this series price being at 5.5, not juiced enough to the over, in my opinion, makes me think Denver's going to win this game or win the series 4-1. If I really had to get a correct score for you, I think Minnesota probably loses both games in Denver, and then they steal one at home, and then they get trounced the remaining two. That's kind of where I see the series going. I don't love Minnesota's roster at all. I think Ant Edwards is great, but dude, we remember that playoff run. Like, do we remember what Naz Reid was doing? Like, we remember what all these role players of Minnesota were stepping up and doing for them to be capable and competitive each game. Not to mention what Ant Edwards was doing. So, I'm not there with Minnesota, man. I'm just not really impressed. I think they have a long way to go in terms of their roster makeup. So,
I do like the move for Ayo Dosunmu. I just wanted to put that out there. He's been great since they got him, but he's not moving the needle.
Stink, I know you have a play in the series.
Yeah, I think you should go. You don't have a play?
I do.
You go first. We're going to be an echo chamber, which is scary, but I have a feeling we're on the page here.
I am on the same page in terms of who wins this series. I don't think Minnesota is a serious upset threat. I don't think that they're going to win a Game 7 in Denver. My favorite bet of the playoffs is the way that I bet it. I've been doing this for this and the NHL. I bet exactly 6 games at plus 210, and I bet exactly 7 games at plus 220. So I'm getting over 5.5 at worst plus 110. My thing here is I do think the Nuggets win, and I do think the Nuggets do it in 6. But it's interesting that the Nuggets, since in the last 4 years, 7-9 record against the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have historically matched up pretty well with Denver. If we include the playoffs, I think that my big thing here would be that of the top 6 teams in the West, of the top 4 teams, because in my opinion, the top 4 teams in the West are the Thunder, the Spurs, the Nuggets, and the Wolves. I think general perception is that the Nuggets are the lowest on the totem pole of the 4 of them. Mm-hmm. The Nuggets would be in the finals for me if they avoided OKC somehow. OKC matches up really well with Denver in my eyes. I think Denver is going to beat the Spurs in the next round. I like Denver in 6, but just on the off chance that they don't beat Minnesota. In Minnesota, I took 6 or 7 game series. Now, the problem with the Wolves here, I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony Edwards has been dealing with an injury for a while, right? He's not completely in form. I think it's really, really hard for somebody to just come back for the playoffs and immediately find it again. I mean, the last game he played was April 10th, and before that, I mean, April 3rd, March 30th, and then March 15th. He's been out for a month now. I don't know if he's just going to step right back into the series and be comfortable. I do think that what I could do here is bet Nuggets up 2-1 after 3. I think that's an interesting way to look at it. Because even if the Nuggets split somehow, they could totally win in Minnesota. But I don't think the Nuggets are going to split the first 2 games. I think the Nuggets will win 2 at home. Then I think the Wolves will get 1 on the first game back in Minnesota. And then game 4 and game 5, I mean, it could go either way. I do think that this is a 6-game series, though, in my mind. Nuggets minus 1.5 and 6. That's fine. I get the look of like this feels egregiously wide for a series of this. You know, these 2 teams have battled in the Western Conference Finals or the semis for 2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
So in theory, it should be competitive, and then we're looking at series prices, and they're like minus 260, right? So it feels really wide to me, and wide for a reason. I don't think the Nuggets are a serious upset threat here, and I think that, like you said, the Wolves and the Hawks, the 2 trendiest upset picks for their series. I don't think either of them are serious upset threats, but that's where I'll leave it.
You know what's crazy? You know, Denver to sweep this series is plus 500.
It's because there's a real possibility that happens, and I think pretty much we're all going to say the same thing. I'm slightly more confident in Denver dominating this series, and it sounds like TC is. But I just want to make sure everybody understands. Ant might play, but there's no arguing whether or not Ant is healthy. He's not. And TC said it perfectly. You want him to just come in here and get right back into form. It's the hardest to do when you play like Ant, which is straight God mode basketball, yelling at your coach to shut the fuck up, and then draining 35-footers that no one else in the NBA hits. It's hard to do that when you're not at full health. So he isn't healthy. And I don't like the Wolves roster. And I think there will be a point during this series, because this is the only person I didn't hear anyone mention where you say, man, this fucking team misses Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Like, you just see how big of a deal he is for the Hawks. And I'm looking at this bench. Io, nice pickup for the Bulls. Thank God they got him, because other than that, it's really just Naz Reid, who is one of the best 6 men in the NBA. And then that bench is looking rough. And the starting lineup for the Nuggets is already better. So I'm not really understanding how the Timberwolves, and I think the reason they are trendy is because they've treated people so well in the past. You either have in your head them making that run to the Western Conference Finals and playing Luka, or you have them beating the shit out of the Lakers, and Ant's a soundbite every game. You know, beat the traffic. You know, y'all about to lose. You need to go home. Like, everything Ant does, we watch. And so you think of the Timberwolves, you're like, plus price against the Nuggets, who you haven't heard a lot from this year. No one mentioned. They won their final 12 games. They were 42-28, staring down the barrel of going under their season total, under maybe being a 5 or 6 seed, and boom, they reel off 12 in a row. They're pretty much as healthy as they've been all year, and I don't know how you don't like them in this series. I would lean towards, when TC said 4-2 or 4-3, I would have to go 4-1 or 4-2, and so my favorite bet in the series is Nuggets minus 1.5 games.
Me too.
I respect that completely. I understand that trade of thought for sure.
Minus 155 is what you got, Steak? That's what I had 2 days ago, I think.
Believe it or not, Hard Rock has a better price. I've never said that term before, but Hard Rock.
Wow.
That's crazy.
The traders were drunk.
Let's put this in perspective, guys. Like, I know with it's just crazy looking at the sweep odds. I mean, it's just crazy. Plus 500 for these 2 teams, where these 2 teams have history. And the Steak mentioned it. I mean, Nuggets are going into the playoffs playing their best ball, red hot. And you have the Wolves, who I feel like are picking up the pieces, man. Like, they got some young talent in Terrence Shannon and Bones Highland and Dante DiVincenzo's, like, whatever you want to say about him. But God, man, I think this is going to be a game where you really see the difference of talent right away. So we'll see if the Wolves can snag one back in Minnesota, but I'd be surprised if they grab one in Denver this year. I'd be really surprised.
Only concern with the Nuggets is the defense. But if the Wolves' offense isn't healthy because Ant hasn't been playing, then there's no reason to suggest that Minnesota's offense is going to click immediately. Yeah. I think this, I'm not going to get involved with many like first round. I mean, games today, but Nuggets -6.5 is looking at me. I think that Minnesota's first game with Ant back. I know that's kind of like I'm seeing a lot of love for the Timberwolves on this site, but can you pull up the splits? I think naturally people will want to gravitate towards the Wolves at +7.5, and I'm completely wrong. Wow.
I just real quick got to address Big Fella Brazy. There's a 0% chance my son would be this handsome or have that much hair.
Damn.
I appreciate the compliment, Matt. You're a handsome guy. All right.
While these two glaze each other, can you pull up that picture I DM'd you real quick? And then, correct me if I'm wrong. In the meantime, doesn't Jokic absolutely mop Gobert? Isn't that like a narrative?
He's like, he's a bitch, and so is Julius Randle. Dude.
That's what I'm saying. But like, Gobert's labeled as this like defensive like stalwart, and then Jokic just absolute like
great vocab dump right there, dude.
Like I'm not calling him a bum, but like you know what I mean. Like he's not very athletic. He likes horseback riding more than basketball, and he just absolutely mops him. Legit.
Listen to this stat. Listen to these game logs, man. 35, 13, and 9. 56, 16, and 15 on Christmas Day. That Christmas Day game was nuts. 27, 12, 11, 25, 19, 10, 61, 10, and 10.
Oh my God, 61. I forgot about
that. Yeah.
Come on, Royal. One thing.
And look, I love Nas Reed. I was gonna say he ain't stopping him either.
Yeah, exactly. And also, Gobert has a winning record against Jokic, which is what I see a lot of people bringing up, but they don't peel back the curtains and see that Jokic absolutely dominates him. They just go with the win-loss record. I've seen that all over Twitter.
Yeah. I don't know.
From a Nuggets hater? Are there really Nuggets haters? I feel like it's such a tough team.
I love the Nuggets.
To hate.
Depends who you're a fan of, though. If he's like a...
What fan base hates the Nuggets the most?
It's a good question. Rivals.
Lakers
fan?
Fair.
Oh, really? Lakers. There's something there.
I guess so.
Pull it up quick.
What? Sorry.
I DM'd you the Mike Malone graphic real quick. Yeah. I think Steak will definitely get a kick out if you didn't see it. So UNC posted like Mike. It was like just a hint of like of guys Mike Malone developed. Just wait till you see who's on this list.
It's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, it's gonna make
Magic fans wanted that guy, man.
I'm not a Mike Malone guy, dude.
I'm not either.
Knicks fans wanted him too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
I gotta pull it.
LeBron, dude.
Jokic, Clay, CP3,
Steph Curry.
LeBron, Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry.
Who is this on the right? Cavaliers, does that say? I don't know who this is.
I actually don't know that either. Who the fuck is that?
DeMarcus Cousins.
Antoine Jameson?
Like, is this just guys he coached when he was an
This is literally just guys he coached.
Okay, like Jokic, sure. Like, it's hard to argue. Like, give him credit. I don't know, but like, sure. Maybe Murray too, but like Murray, you could argue like Cal and stuff. But like, was Malone at Michigan State? Because like, where's the Draymond is a Warriors? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Is that Harrison Barnes?
They're saying Danny Green. Chat saying Danny Green. You could have given me 100 guesses, and I would have never got Danny Green.
Where's the Mohawk?
Is this Harrison Barnes?
Which one?
Yeah,
that is Harrison Barnes.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about.
You're just gonna throw Harrison Barnes on there? That's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He developed Steph Curry and LeBron. He must be the best coach ever.
So did Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Malone developed LeBron. Got it.
We got 10 million views for a reason.
I hope the comments were roasting that graphic.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I got 10 million views for a reason. All the quotes we did are fucking hilarious.
Taking credit for developing LeBron is funny. That's great. Okay.
Can I, before we move on to the next game,
sure.
Can I interest anybody in Jokic to average 10-plus assists for the series?
What are the odds?
Plus 130. He in his last however many games against the Wolves, 9, 15, 11, 10, 10, 4, 11, 13. Now, I actually have to find out what he does in the playoffs because maybe he moves more towards scoring, but this feels like the best supporting cast he's had in a long time. Like, the Peyton Watson breakout is awesome to watch. Like, I'm a Peyton Watson dude. I feel like this is the best supporting cast he's had in a long time. This feels like Mahomes getting, a prime Tyreek Hill and a prime Travis Kelce. And they're healthy. If they can somehow
can do his fucking job. He's been kind of bad this year, but if he can turn it up a little bit, the Nuggets are just an absolute problem.
Oh, you know what I might do? I think I might back Cam Johnson.
It's tough because if he's not on, they'll put Hardaway in immediately.
Okay.
He was really good. I don't know if he continued, but he started off really, really good.
I'm just looking at the series prices for this really quickly.
Yeah, he legit had like a career year shooting wise. He shot 40% this season from 3.
Tim Hardaway.
Oh, Hardaway?
Yeah, that's his highest. Yes, he scored more points. Like he had 18 points back in the day, but like that was his highest percentage wise for field goal percentage and 3-point.
I feel like he shot the lights out for the Pistons in that series against the Knicks last year too, right?
Oh, he always torches the Knicks. Always. Yeah. He hates them.
Frosty's in on Jokic MVP finals MVP. I don't hate that wager. Jamal Murray.
Yeah,
it's to win the finals.
What happened?
You say
what are the Nuggets to win?
They are plus 900.
Okay, that's fine. Then get a little better juice on Jokic.
Yeah, Thunder are plus 110. Spurs are 500. Celtics are 550. Nuggets are 900.
The Spurs, in my opinion, fucked themselves. All they had to do was beat the Nuggets in that game 82, right? And then they would have avoided Denver. And Denver has the Spurs number this season.
They had an opportunity to snag the 1 seed, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think the Spurs really fucked up. They sat Cornette and Wemby in that game, and I think that was terrible, and I think that's going to cost them. But we can move
on. Real quick, did the Nuggets rest anybody in that game? I'm seeing my goat Strawther at 25. Played 34 minutes. Bro, I love that dude. I love it.
They got a bench. They got a supporting cast.
No Aaron Gordon, no Tim Hardaway, no Jamal Murray, no Cam Johnson, no Christian Brown, no Peyton Watson.
And it doesn't matter. He still dropped 25 and he won. That's what goats do.
Jokic only played 18 minutes still.
To transition to our Knicks tape fellows, TC and Royal. I'm going to give you the price for the underdogs to win the series. The Raptors are plus 400. The Wolves are plus 280. The Lakers are plus 400. And the Hawks are plus 220. What do you guys think about that?
I think every favorite's going to win their series.
It makes sense.
Are you guys scared at all about the Hawks?
No. I am more...
I wouldn't say scared. I'm a little I don't know how to say it. I think the Hawks are going to be competitive. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. I'm not scared. I think there is a true upset, trendy or not. The Hawks are a good team. They're a good roster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go, Hobie.
Hobie with the Knicks report. 216.
I will say, I feel like the Knicks. I will say the Knicks perception is very, very low, which I do like, but
which is insane to me because I do think that this is the best Knicks team we've seen in a long time. I mean, the metrics are just so good. They're generating more catch and shoot threes than they ever have since the Knicks have been since 2012. The most catch and shoot threes that they ever have. They're the best fourth quarter team in the NBA by a wide margin. Since January 18th, I think they're a top 5 defensive rating team in the league and top 5 offensive rating team in the league. And they're finally beating good teams. The Mike Brown system works. You're finally seeing Jalen Brunson Cat 2-man game. He can roll. He can pick and pop. Now, I'm not a huge Cat guy, but this is a Cat series. He's torched Onyeka Okongwu in the recent matchups. Yeah, I think it's a Cat series, and I think when you have Cat invested the way that he needs to be, I think the Knicks are really dangerous. I don't think this is upset watch. I think, like Steak said before, echo chamber. I'm on the Knicks minus 1.5 for the series. I think the Knicks are going to win game 1, game 2, game 4, game 5. I think it's Knicks in 5. The Hawks' inexperience is definitely a concern for me on their side. And additionally, I don't think first option Jalen Johnson versus OG is the best matchup. And Josh Hart had some success against Dyson Daniels as well, defending him. And that leaves Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who I do think will have a good series. I forget what podcast I was listening to, but Nickeil Alexander-Walker to lead the series in total threes made is plus 100. I kind of like that look.
He's going to spaz this series.
Yes. I think the Hawks will win a game 3 and maybe be competitive in a game 2 and a game 4. But and not to discredit the Hawks, I'm pretty sure they're 19-5 since February 1st or something ridiculous. I think that they're a good team. I think that they're lacking a shooter and they're lacking a serious big man. I think the Knicks experience, talent. I think the Knicks have a second gear, and I think they turn it on, and I think they get it done in 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think the experience is the biggest edge you mentioned. Like the only guys you can argue, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but he never had this big of a role. And McCollum had to have been Portland, right, on those Dame teams. Obviously, they didn't win anything, but I think they've gone pretty far a few times. So those are the only two you could really argue. But I do agree. I mean, even like Cat aside, like Mitchell Robinson is going to drag his nuts all over this front court. And he looks like Godzilla lately. So I do agree the Knicks' size should be the factor here and the experience, no doubt. But I just don't – I hope it's a blowout as a fan. But, like, I think the Hawks are a team that matches up well aside from the front court. Like, they're, 2 through 3 is very, very good defensively. And then you got Kuminga off the bench and Vincent. So they can give them trouble. But I think the Knicks are too deep. I think they're, like you said, their experienced starting 5 is the edge here. And I do think they move past them. But we'll see how many games they get it done in.
Do you really think that I know you said that you think the Hawks match up well. I don't think the Hawks match up well.
Well, I think aside from the front court, like I think Dyson Daniels can cause some issues. Like we know how good he is defensively, and I love Brunson. Like I do, but he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the league. And Jalen Johnson's a good two-way player as well. Like I love OG, but he's not really an ISO player. It's kind of a team game, if you will. But I do think Cat having such a mismatch is going to open up a lot where I think that gets negated.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you at, Steve? Because I disagree. I think the Hawks win this game.
This game and series. And do you like him in the series?
I don't necessarily like him in the series. I do think the Knicks get a wake up. I like them a lot in this spot. But go ahead.
I'm torn, so I'm going to try to talk it through because I feel like everything I'm going to say is going to be glazing the Hawks, and then I'm going to end up going with the Knicks. So the first thing I'm going to say, and definitely plug your ears, TC, when I say this, there is a world where the best player on the court is Jalen Johnson. There is a world. That's how good I think he is. I love Jalen Brunson. He's a baller, not trying to shit on them all.
No, I get it.
Jalen Johnson is absolutely insane, and I think next year we're having a different conversation about Jalen Johnson, and it's like in the realm of being a top 10 NBA player in the league. The experience is what concerns me. It's also the fact that TC touched on it. It's one of the best Knicks teams, but getting the least amount of hype going into a playoffs, which I find so strange. And I know it's because I think everyone has Knicks fatigue a little bit because it's like, oh, you get past Boston finally, and Tatum has this injury, and now all you have to do is beat fucking Tyrese Halliburton, Andrew Nembhard, and Miles Turner to get to the NBA Finals. Surely you won't fuck this up, and you do. And it's kind of like the Buffalo Bills. Like, we're just done. We're done, right? We're not picking the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl every year. We're not picking the New York Knicks to go to the finals every year. And it feels like everyone collectively decided to jump off the Knicks bandwagon. And then you have the Hawks. They kind of have a little bit of everything except three-point shooting. Like, they do have dog. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is a dog. Dyson Daniels is a dog. They got a touch of playoff experience because Alexander Walker's been to a Western Conference Finals. And like Royal touched on, McCollum probably has played 30-plus playoff games. And he's like turning back time. He's averaging 18 points a game this year. He's been like an amazing fit. And in the second half of the season, the Hawks have been one of the best teams in the NBA, and I don't think it's fluky. But with all that being said, do I think they're ready for this series in New York? I just don't know if I can get there. Like, I think it's the sharper contrarian side. So I get why you like it, MJ. I'm just not sure if I can get there today with really thinking the Hawks are going to be able to pull this one off today.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think the biggest thing for me here is just I love to look at it from a bird's eye view, just from the slate. And other than Toronto, I feel like Atlanta's the least likely team to win outright out of the most it's not like we're getting shitters like the Blazers. We're getting Minnesota and the Lakers.
Yeah.
And the Lakers being at home, I think, pushes the needle. It'd be different for me if the Lakers were playing in Houston. I think people would be a little more hesitant to back the Lakers. But in my head, it just seems like that's the toughest spot in the press in terms of the underdogs on this slate. The Hawks, yeah.
Really? Okay. I thought they looked the easiest, to be honest.
Really?
I think
like everything like Steak just said. Yeah, they've been the hottest team. Everyone like has bought into them. People are a little hesitant on the Knicks. I mean, Does anyone think the Sixers without Embiid have a chance, or the 8 seed Magic have a chance versus the 1 seed Pistons? And then we talked about Raptors and Cavs. I mean, I think the Hawks look the easiest, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the only reason why you could maybe
for game one, not to
if we're going to talk about only game one, I think the only reason that you could say maybe the Hawks put a scare into the Knicks would be that last year in game one versus the Pistons, the Knicks went down like 20 and then needed a 21-0 run to come back and win that game. New York does have a tendency to get punched in the mouth when they're playing lesser competition, but that was under Tibbs. Mike Brown with a week of prep time versus an inexperienced playoff team with no real number one option. I understand the Jalen Johnson respect. I think when you're throwing OG Anunoby at him in a playoff environment in New York, it's a lot to ask in the first game. I don't think this is, maybe like if you want to talk me into a game 3 that the Hawks win outright, I get it. But the more and more I look into it, I think this is Knicks in 5.
I also need to backtrack.
Is Mike Brown?
I forgot you were talking about this slate. I thought you meant just in the East Conference in general. So I need to backtrack on that. I thought you were talking about the Eastern Conference, not the slate today. So I got to backtrack there. I take back my statement.
I don't know. The only thing I don't agree with Steak on is the fact that there's not hype behind the Knicks. What teams do you think there's hype behind, other than the Thunder?
Boston for sure.
Boston, Cleveland, Thunder, Nuggets, Spurs. I would say those are the teams I've heard that people actually think have a legitimate shot at the NBA championship.
Outside of we got to factor in the delusional Knicks fans. Obviously, Royal knows that. That you'll see on there too.
Of course.
I think this playoffs is really interesting for that reason. I think there's a lot of teams that we won't be surprised if they, end up making a pretty far run. It's just the Thunder, kind of that over looming team, that's dark cloud that
plus 180.
It's crazy.
Yeah. The Thunder are so matchup dependent for me because they struggle with length and athleticism. Like they I think that the Thunder, given that they don't have to play San Antonio, are going to walk to the finals, in my opinion. But then I think that the Celtics, I think the Celtics and the Knicks would both have legitimate chances against the Thunder just because of the athleticism of the wings. To maybe not as much the Knicks. The Celtics, in my opinion, would beat the Thunder.
I 100% agree with the Celtics.
Yeah.
I like what you guys said about Cat too. I feel like he's always the X factor for this since he's joined the Knicks. It's if absolutely. He's not going crazy, they have a real chance to lose to anybody. His points line being 20.5.
That's fair.
I might have to get in on that. That's usually what it is. Yeah.
I actually like Cat to lead the series in points at 10-1.
Seems a little juiced actually, or it seems a little higher than usual. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
well, it used to be higher, I should say, and then he had that like rough patch, if you will, where he was getting like 17 lines.
Yeah. And I think that the rebounding disparity is just so massive too. Like I know that both teams have had success on the offensive glass, but like we need to have a serious conversation about Mitchell Robinson being the best bench 5 in the NBA.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
Drummond,
I think
he's up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my question would be to Hawks backers, I guess. My issue with the Hawks is the bench. And it's not because they have no one on the bench. It just feels like a misfit bench, like Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield, Corey Kispert, Riz Sachet, who I think was the number 1 pick, and he fucking stuff. I'm trying to figure out, like, if I liked the Hawks, who am I taking off the bench to have an impact? Because they're not going to win the series if they don't have a guy to come off the bench. And I'm struggling. It's like I'm not a Buddy Hield or Corey Kispert hater, but do I think they're going to come up big in a tough playoff series? Like, I struggle with the.
I'd probably say Kuminga if I had to pick one.
It's a fair answer.
Okay,
I think
let me ask you this.
Kispert or Hield will have a 20. They're going to have a game because the Knicks, correct me if I'm wrong, they do give up a ton of threes, or they used to.
Yes.
One of them is going to be on, yeah. But like you said, it's not going to be consistent.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker or Buddy Hield, one of them will have this massive shooting game that'll lead to a Hawks win. The Knicks are susceptible from behind the arc, but I think when you're getting Knicks -1.5 at I think I got it at -108. You're telling me that this team that has 0 playoff experience against a team that was in the ECF last year with guys who have been there before. I know you said that you believe in Jalen Johnson's stake. I do too, but I think Jalen Brunson is the best player in the series.
Yeah.
I just think it's too much to ask for the Hawks. Now, I would have rather play the Raptors as a Knicks fan. but I don't think that if the Knicks are afraid of the Hawks or Knicks fans are afraid of the Hawks, then we shouldn't be we shouldn't even be here. Why the hell are you afraid of a first round opponent?
I just somewhat disagree with the thought that
Can I ask you a question?
Look easy. Like, what about them looks easy?
Can I ask you a question?
What's their yes.
Are you a Knicks hater?
No. Royal knows that. Royal can vouch for me. I'm not
surprisingly not. I don't know why. He's a Sixers fan. Like, I fucking hate the Sixers, but he surprisingly doesn't hate them.
I've given up on my team, similar to Steak.
That's fair, but
I think the Hawks, the Knicks, in my opinion, don't get enough credit for what they did in year one under Mike Brown. The offensive production, they're getting more shots up in the shot clock earlier. They're getting more open catch and shoot threes. It's less Jalen Brunson on ball. He's more off the ball now. He's moving off screens. They've been running an insane amount of actions. Now, there's this one action that they ran, I forget what it's called, where they'll have a center set a screen up top, and then McBride will pop on a flare screen, and Brunson can dish it to McBride, who will be at the top of the key, and then the big rolls. So then you essentially have a 2-on-1 with the defender having to drop or having to come up to the level of the shooter. And they've been phenomenal at running that set. I don't know how the Hawks stop that. And I credit to Dyson Daniels, but Jalen Brunson's averaging like 28 points a game against the Hawks over the last 2 years. So it's just very hard for me to see how the Hawks actually pull an upset off. If you think they keep it close in 6 games, that's fine. But I don't think the Hawks force a game 7. I don't think the Hawks are leading the series going into a game 6, right? Like, and if you're backing the Hawks, I need you to answer this question. Do you think Atlanta beats New York in a game 7 at MSG?
Yeah, that I'm with you on.
Because if not, you're saying Hawks in 6.
As a Hawks backer, if you even thought there was a chance they got to that game 7.
Right. I don't think there's a chance they got to that game.
I don't
either.
I don't know why.
I think you'd be better off backing the Hawks plus 1.5, MJ, if you like the Hawks.
I can't give you a solidified reason, but I like them in this game, not the series.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I can see that.
If the Hawks do win today, I think it would be a good opportunity for people who like the Knicks to play Knicks to win the series.
Right.
I might
even buy in on the Knicks if they lose it. What I think happens is they lose this game outright. They get kicked in the teeth a little bit of a wake-up call. In MSG, I just think looks a little bit too easy with getting, there's going to be parlays made today. There's a ton of minus 5.5 favorites. There's going to be parlays made today. And I'd be shocked if Knicks at home wasn't making it at minus 225. I'd be shocked. You pair that with the Rockets, what do you get? Minus 110? Like, plus 114. Right?
I'm glad that's the next game because that game will sort of give an inclination as why I don't like the dog in this one.
Oh, so I know where this one's going.
I don't know. I love to zoom out when I'm looking at a board, especially when there's a limited number of games like we have today, 4 games, right? So, and it might be a good thing for this Knicks team, get a little fire under their ass, going into the playoffs, rather than just sweeping the Hawks and then having to play, a far better competition. All right. Anything else before we move to the last game, boys?
Any props? I mean, I know we like Cat. I'd say if you're looking for a Hawk, I wouldn't mind Dyson Daniels' PRAs just because he'll probably draw Brunson on defense, where you'd have to think, like you said, OG's on Jalen. Mikel's probably on McCollum. Mm-hmm. And as good as Brunson is, he's not an elite defender by any means. And Dyson likes to drive, likes to dish. He gets boards. So I wouldn't mind PRAs. It's probably, around 17, 18 and a half, I'd guess.
Yeah, I think it's a really good chance to fade CJ McCollum too. If you're looking for an under, Jason Timp was talking about this on his podcast. The reason the Knicks guards have had so much success against the Hawks is because they could put CJ McCollum in pick and roll actions. Horrific defender. And if he's off the floor, then he's not going to get enough minutes to go over his points line. That's my opinion on it.
What about Nickeil Alexander-Walker PRA? Thoughts on that?
He's a good defender, and I do like his. I think I like his threes a little bit more, just because the Knicks give up a ton of threes. In terms of RA, I don't know exactly what he's been doing. I mean, he's averaging 3 and 4.
Like, Are we still Josh Hart guys? I feel like he's lost quite a bit of a step since what we've seen.
I'm a Josh Hart guy.
All right.
Yeah, it's tough with him because like sometimes you want him off the court, but then he does shit that like nobody else does. Not like skill wise, just pure grit.
Right.
And yeah, it's like I really think he's a bench guy. Not that he can't start, but I think you want that guy coming off the bench to bring the juice, bring the energy. Like I'd rather Deuce McBride start and then bring in Hart off the bench.
A really good bench guy is how I would describe Josh Hart. Also, my favorite prop given out, Alexander Walker threes. I think that's absolutely the play. Somebody on the Hawks has to hit these. Kind of gave a good argument as to why CJ McCollum might not even be out there. And then just to go the MJ route, Dyson Daniels, RA. I would just take out the points and take RA for Dyson Daniels and cap points. Like I think you guys cooked those.
Yeah. I also do.
You said the threes low. Is that UTC?
Yeah. I like Nickeil Alexander-Walker threes. I think it's really funny. The Knicks starting five is actually like horrific in the first quarter, especially. And then when they play together in the fourth quarter, they're one of the best starting fives of all time. It's actually insane. I don't get why Mike Brown doesn't just start Deuce McBride over Josh Hart. I think that Deuce is very clearly like the best option to plug into that starting lineup, but he refuses to do it. So I'm not sure, but yeah.
Is OG's going to be on Jalen Johnson tonight, right?
It's actually a good point because I said Mikal will probably be on McCollum, but yeah, thinking about it, it'll probably be on Alexander Walker.
Yeah, Mikal will be on NAW.
I love Jalen, but that's going to be hell.
Jalen Johnson, when guarded by OG Anunoby or Josh Hart, has averaged 11 points per game this season.
That makes me like the Nickeil Alexander Walker threes look even more because I'm just thinking like Jalen Johnson, he's a slasher. Okay, what if that part of his game is not going to be working today? Who's going to be in the corner waiting for a three kick out? It's probably going to be Sander Walker. So I like that. I think everything we're saying makes sense. All right. Here we are. Go ahead, Steak. Give us the rundown here. You like the Rockets? Why do you like the Rockets?
I do not like the Rockets. I like the Rockets.
Shit.
I actually really strongly dislike the Rockets, and that will be the only reason why I will be backing the Lakers because I'm looking at the lineup. I'm not an idiot. I think anybody could tell you that a team with 40-year-old LeBron, DeAndre Ayton, Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart, and Luke Kennard should not be competitive in a series against the Rockets. But I don't like the Rockets. I said I didn't like the Rockets the second they traded for Kevin Durant when people said they should immediately go to being NBA Finals favorites, even though Kevin Durant never does that unless he's teamed up with 70-win Steph Curry. And he's fucking shitting on his teammates over a burner account and over All-Star break. Jabari Smith, I actually think sucks. I don't think Reed Shepard sucks, but I think he's inconsistent. And I don't know if I'd want my team going to war with Amen Thompson as the starting point guard. So I'm just a Rockets hater. I don't like this team. I don't like how it's constructed. I'm over the move of putting Kevin Durant on your solid team and saying this puts us over the edge, but it never puts a team over the edge. I'm so over that. I respect Kevin Durant, one of the greatest NBA players of all time. I'm not a hater, but I'm tired of it. Like, just build your fucking team. Stop trying to add Kevin Durant as a Band-Aid thinking it puts you over the top. Doesn't mean I think the Lakers are winning the series. It just means I think LeBron might turn back time a little bit, go crazy. There's no reason for him not to. Who commands the ball? And it's like, this is about LeBron. So I'll take him plus 5.5 and money line. My favorite bet in the series is Lakers plus 2.5. I just think they keep it competitive. Rockets will ultimately win the series. I just don't think it's as easy as everyone sees it, which is why when you said the Rockets Knicks money line parlays, I don't think it's that simple either. I just think the Rockets are more likely to spoil that for everyone than the Knicks specifically today.
Yeah,
that's fair. You make good argument. Go ahead, Stacey.
I gotta get out of here in 5. I just sorry about that, but I want to pull up something real quick. Kawhi Leonard's PRA in that game, not to bring up bad memories, in the game against the Warriors was 41.5 PRA. LeBron James's PRA today is 42.5.
Really? LeBron is?
I just saw that too. I was shocked. Yeah,
no way.
Is it actually? Like, it makes a good point. Like, yeah, I don't think anyone think no Luka, like, and no Reeves either. Right?
I'm gonna take it.
Crazy.
That'll be my only bet today.
Yo, that's wild. That's insane. That's the craziest line of the day.
All right, man. What are we
43? Wow, man.
Gee, bro.
I mean, he's averaging 34 on the season. He's at 43. I mean, yes, he got the tax, but I didn't expect it to be that high, man.
I think the Lakers win today. I don't think they win the series. I like the +2.5. I think that, you scare. I think the Lakers win tonight, put a scare into the Rockets. Rockets come out, win game 2, and then they go home feeling comfortable. Maybe the Lakers steal a game in Houston. They win game 6 in game 5 in LA, and then the Rockets take care of them in 6. That's how I think it's going to go.
Picture ESPN tomorrow, the Glaze Fest that they will have. If the Lakers win this game and LeBron has a 30-point triple-double, it will just be come all over the fucking place.
And you know what's funny looking at it? Like, even though he's 40, they don't have a player that matches up with him. Like you said, Jabari Smith, is probably 36 the best bet, but I don't think he can do it.
I just took LeBron 41.5 PRA. Jesus Christ.
Might as well sprinkle trip dub.
People love getting burned by. Dude, is KD's points not egregiously low?
What is it?
No, he's usually around 25-ish, but that was early in the season.
4.5, man. For a playoff game for KD, I mean, I don't know, man.
Oh, dude.
These lines don't add up in my brain right now. Wow, +6, 7.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
We all have to take this. We all have to take this.
Yeah.
I'm down to ride LeBron.
My favorite bet, I'm surprised everyone's okay.
See you guys Sunday.
My favorite bet's actually the Houston Rockets team total under, because my thought process was just making the script flipped in terms of best defense in the NBA, plays a Lakers team who doesn't have a lot offensively to work with. Easy under, right? I think it's actually going to be the flip for Houston. I think it's actually going to be a little bit more difficult for them to score, especially if we're seeing KD's line so low. I mean, that lines up with it too. 106.5. And you look at what the Rockets have been doing lately. This is what I kind of perked my ears up in the first place. They haven't been under 106.5 since March 16th. I mean, that's crazy. They've been balling lately. They've been over this number by double digits, more than often than not in their last 10. I think this is just a wild line. I think you have to play the lines and read the lines in this game. They're just too egregious to turn a blind eye to. Got to shout out Budman too for the sub. Appreciate you, Budman. 30 months. Budman. Let's have a day, fellas. Appreciate you. And Lieutenant Goose and Crutch. Oh no, I already shouted him out. W guys, appreciate you.
LeBron is -146 for a double-double.
Yeah,
we're -150.
Come on.
Let's be real.
We're twerking on
Sengun or Capella some sort of, I'll use it again, paint stalwart? I don't think so.
Stalwart.
Yeah, I love when you say stalwart. That shit makes me
big happy. Stalwart guys over here. But Sengun's good, but he's not blocking shots and he's not defending the paint like an elite paint presence. And Capella, we know how at least I feel about Capella. I fucking hate that guy. I think he's terrible. I think he's absolutely terrible. He might drive to the rim every single play.
And also, I'll ask the question
again, LeBron.
Who are you scared of on the Rockets bench? Do any of you guys have a guy off the Rockets?
I like Tari Eason. I'm not scared of him, but I like Tari Eason. I like him.
Really.
I want him to be a Knick.
I mean, honestly, if we're even talking about just their roster in general, I think Reed Shepherd is extremely overrated. I don't know what you guys think.
Me too.
I think he's the most overrated.
He got so much hype. I think because his underlying metrics in college were so pristine.
He's mechanically gifted. He's mechanically gifted. I'm not going to say he's a bad bat. He's just not going to be a good NBA player. I thought he was extremely overvalued. I think you're going to see that today. Could he shoot, and hit 7 threes in a game? Yeah, but I don't see him being a game changer on a consistent basis, really ever. He could prove me wrong, but that's just the vibe I get from him. So yeah, I mean, looking at where are they getting offense from consistently is the question. It's probably not KD. In his older years, he really hasn't been that consistent force. It's been just outlier games more so than anything with him, right? I
would love to know like LeBron and KD stats head to head. I feel like they usually right. Yeah.
I was about to say it. LeBron is minus 135 to KD.
For what?
Oh no, wow. I just meant like historically.
Points, head to head player points. LeBron is minus 1.5, minus 135.
LeBron's gonna drop 30, 10, and 10, dude.
You know what's
we gotta we gotta do it.
Yeah, Ramble Now Squad Ride is a fucking LeBron.
What about this? Do you like PRA better, or do you like most points, rebounds, and assists in the game better?
What's that at?
For those odds,
minus 114.
I mean, who's coming close to that?
I'm scared of Sengun a little bit.
Oh, Sengun, yeah, that's fair. I forgot about him. Yeah, no, I don't.
Because Aiden sucks.
Yeah.
Imagine Luke Kennard just comes in and fucks this up for everyone.
That would be terrible.
Well, I did want to bring it up though. I know we kind of talked about Eamon, but like, who's matching up with him? Like, it's probably gonna be Smart, but like, is Smart still like that? Because right now, Kennard's the point guard. I mean, yeah, Laravia. Like,
it will have to be Smart, and he's gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, and correct if I'm wrong. There's probably a big height advantage there. Like, yeah, Smart got away with it in the past, but that was what 8-7 years ago.
You bring up a good point.
Like I could see him kind of having a game.
So how
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead.
I took PRA and triple double, but with that said, I gotta head out.
Okay.
Appreciate everybody for popping out. I'm gonna post my card, which is literally just LeBron glaze. Steak, thank you for coming on. I'm gonna post my sunshine, my everything, and it'll be a good day. So enjoy your Saturdays, everybody, and take care. Thanks, Steak, for coming on. Royal MJ, thank you. Chat, thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Much love, brother. Much love.
I will say one of my favorite things is anytime there's some sort of LeBron post, you need to look at the comments and like the quote tweets. It's the greatest thing ever.
I want to
washed in one of my streams. Oh my god, they were coming for my fucking neck, bro.
They have. It's almost like a JR Colt. It's like it's to that level. They'll come for your neck. I was gonna say with LeBron, his double is minus 140, I believe. Minus 150. His assist line is sitting at 9.5.
Yeah, like where's that coming from? I know obviously he's gonna have a ton of potential assists, but like
that's what I was. When I thought of his double, I thought his rebounds were gonna be, 9.5, 8.5. It's at 7.5 plus money. So the books are telling us that he's going to be, if he's getting a double, he's going to be more likely dishing it, based on what we're seeing with the odds, right? But where's that offense coming from? If he's dishing, who's going to be scoring? I mean,
Luke Kennard, dude.
It might be.
He was having a good season, right?
It might be Kennard. It might be. He's definitely the most in terms of like what he was averaging to where his line is sitting. It's probably the most egregious. You can make the argument. He's averaging 8 points a game. And he's sitting at 12.5 in this spot. Like Ayton is averaging 12 and his line is at 12.
Stig, do you agree here?
Luke Kennard is who people think Reed Shepard is.
No, I do not agree, Grezzo. You clearly
Bro, Luke Kennard's like picture on ESPN is scary, man.
Is it? I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, it's
the most hilarious.
A little creepy.
I don't know who LeBron's gonna pass the ball to. I'm just looking at the Lakers bench, and it is hilarious.
Wow. Oh yeah, it is. It is kind of scary, Roll. You're right.
Oh, yeah, it's like that serial killer, bro.
No matter where you go, he's like always.
Good lord, man.
That man. Tell me the Rockets aren't terrified of that guy.
Right.
I would be.
You're telling me this guy's not getting 13 for us today? Come on, man.
It's like I'm gonna hit 3 in your face and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, he's splashing, bro. He's not blinking either. He's gonna splash 3 threes without blinking. All right. Anything else, guys? Otherwise, we can close down shop. I love how they give you targeted ads. I was just shopping on this website yesterday. My fault. All right. Well, that was fun.
Right, so I got LeBron PRAs, cat points.
Little recap.
Yeah, I was gonna say a quick recap, and then I think that's fucking good. I think that was good tempo and pace.
Yeah, it was good. Get active on a Saturday. It's beautiful outside.
No Julian Strawler lines. What a shame.
Okay, so Raptors, Cavs.
I think I gotta go Mobley, right? It's gassing him up.
You have to go Mobley, correct? We liked Scotty in whatever way you want to play it. Did we like a total in that game? I don't remember.
I think you said it was low.
You were talking Raptors team total under.
Okay. Okay. I don't love it as much as I think I did. Thought I did. Whatever.
Mobley kind of a playoff riser.
I'll post the plays that I end up getting on. Wolves, Nuggets. We like the Nuggets in series aspect. In this specific game, what did we like?
I like the Nuggets today.
You like the Nuggets on the spread, Royal? Do you have a prop in this one?
I feel like I have to. No, I don't actually, because like Wolves, you're kind of flipping a coin if it's not Ant, right? I wouldn't mind Naz Reid because the Nuggets defense isn't anything special, and I think they give up a ton of threes. So I wouldn't mind Naz Reid or Desunmu.
Mm-hmm.
The Nuggets is tough. Like, who's it going to be? Obviously, Murray and Jokic going to do their thing.
Nuggets, I will be on long term, make a deep run, and in the series, Steak and I are both on -1.5 series price.
Yes.
That's how I'm backing the Nuggets today. Hawks, I like the Hawks outright. I like them on the spread today too. Not in the series, but I do like them in game one. Royal, what did you like in this one? You liked Cat?
Taking Cats, and yeah, Cat. I like Cat, but I do tend to lean the dogs in the first game. I mean, we see it, cover, I should say. We see it year after year. They punch the higher seeds in the mouth, and then typically game two, the favorites usually get back to themselves. So I don't mind Hawks spread. I know I sound like a negative Knicks fan, but I've seen it too many times. But
yeah, none of y'all betting Bronny. Yeah,
I actually looked.
He might actually have to score today.
That's what I'm saying. Like if there was like a 1.5 or 2.5 line, because every time we've seen it, and maybe it's different in the playoffs, LeBron force feeds him the ball. Like he wants him to score.
Yeah,
he force feeds him it and then goes off to like the sideline.
Just since TC's not here, got to mention my favorite look came from him in this game. Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Great shout. I'm glad we didn't sweep that. I also wanted to bring this up too for LeBron assists. It's not a easy click for most folks, I think.
Marcus Smart.
8.5, man.
Have to do something, man. Mark Smart's gonna have
to
be out all game.
Crazy. Then going back to Hawks Knicks. Anything else we liked? I don't think so. Rockets Lakers. I liked Rockets team total under. Steak likes just Lakers spread, right?
And money line and a LeBron Blaze fest.
LeBron. Right. Cool. So LeBron, fade the Rockets. We like the Hawks a little bit in game one. We like the Nuggets long term, and we're kind of waiting and seeing with the Cavs for most of us. So great stream, guys. Love the NBA. Appreciate you guys showing up too. Ramble's been inconsistent during the summer. That's usually how it goes, but y'all show up and we appreciate it. Jeff Sunday gonna have a cow in this LeBron. He doesn't like LeBron.
I think we probably both lean on the side of being haters over LeBron Glazers, but he definitely doesn't like LeBron.
Yeah. Fade.
Yeah, I can see
it. Cool. Awesome. Appreciate you, Steak. Thanks for coming on as always, man. We had a bit of a hiatus, I think, since our last one.
NBA playoffs is a perfect time to get it back going again.
Dude, yeah. A lot has happened too. I don't think we got to congratulate you on I don't think we've gone on a stream together since we've been on yours, but with the book and acquisition and everything. So congrats, bro. You're killing it.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Always love coming on Ramble, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, bro. Enjoy your Saturday. Much love.
W's.
Just us, Royal. What are you doing today? Yep. Anything
fun? We got gym sesh. We got to run.
Going full Walker Smith.
Yeah, trying to be Walker. It's not easy being that handsome, but
my glorious
at least, right?
LeBon. I love that. I love that name.
I just missed him.
Yeah, Krusty Krab cashier. Oh, you got a cool little emblem. Nice, man. I like that. Guys, if you haven't bought a hoodie, buy a hoodie, man. They're pretty sweet. Check out the back. All right, I'm not gonna bend that. This is just
you, brother.
All right. Well, have a great Saturday, guys. We appreciate you. Season 4 is going to be a movie. A lot of cool stuff planned. It's going to be a lot of fun. Prophet X, pick it. You know the vibes. Have a great Saturday. Go outside with your friends. Frolic. Drink some beer. Watch some sports. Enjoy.
Blaze LeBron.
Dude, that stream was so funny with TC. That was so funny. That was one of the best moments as of late. Yeah, a lot of big announcements coming soon, boys. Stay tuned. A lot of big announcements coming soon. I can't fill you guys in yet, but a lot of fun coming season 4, I assure you. Appreciate y'all as always. Make sure you're following the Twitters and the socials. Make sure you're following the TikTok too. We're going to start posting on TikTok on the Ramble site and Instagram and stuff. But yeah, man, really appreciate you guys for allowing us to be in this position, man. Pretty fucking cool. Kind of on the downswing, but once football season comes back, we'll be rocking and rolling. Okay, you want to collab on that?
Aurora. I thought we all were.
I don't know. You want to post it though?
Yeah, I'm posting it. I think we're all posting because TC said he's gonna do his sunshine thing.
Yeah, let TC do that.
So I'll post with some sus.
Yeah, we can.
No, I'm telling you, like, look up on Twitter LeBron, like any post about him. The comments are hilarious. It's everyone just like glazes him sarcastically. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
I love this comment, dude.
Try Fearbuck, and he's an engagement account, but no. Just go back.
Oh,
nothing sarcastic. Yeah, see, might not be the right post, but just go to like the comments. yeah. It's usually shit like that. It might be the best post, but TikTok usually as well. As you can probably, yeah, it's just the weirdest shit you'll ever see. Like it's hilarious.
Yo,
because like he's been obviously like people don't. I mean, I'm sure people hate him, but like obviously they just love to hate him, like being so good for so long. But now it's just like since he's older, everyone's just absolutely glazing him in the comments and shit.
Is that gonna post the way I want? Oh fuck.
Yeah, dude, they changed that shit. That's what I was trying to tell you and Sandy that day, and you guys actually thought I was trolling.
Bro, so stupid.
Yeah. Thanks, Elon.
What GIF is that?
Oh no, I'll get that one, bro.
There it is. Did something sus show?
Oh yeah.
For real? How bad?
It was go back to it.
Oh shit. Whoops.
No, just go to the GIFs.
I know.
It wasn't a real one, but keep going. Did you type in stare?
Yeah.
Try typing in just LeBron then.
Let's be honest.
It was like a cartoon one, like the thank you squat. It was like that. Yeah, he used to be a weird dude.
Yo, all right. Much love, y'all. Much love. Shutting this shit down. All right. Enjoy your Saturdays. Push. Later.